what's up? Welcome back. It's Matt Gable. As promised, I'm doing a ride video for you guys. I hope the audio turns out okay. I hope that the direction of the camera is good. I tried this yesterday and the camera angle was not good. I actually had it down way too low, so you were basically unable to see anything forward facing. So I'm going to do my best today to do a better job with this and deliver the video of obviously my first ride with you guys on the Stealth Bomber. So I will say my battery looks charged. I've done 2 rides without recharging. I did a 15 miler maybe, and then I think I did 20 yesterday. So I'm over 30 miles and it still shows full, but when I throttle it, you'll see it drops a little bit. So I think I've got another 30-40 miles left on it. So hopefully the camera angle's good. Hopefully you can hear me. I know it's muffled because it's in a plastic case, the camera, to protect it from debris and other things. I'm a little buttoned up today. It's 68 degrees, a little smoky in the air from the Canadian fires. Yesterday was about 78, and I did a longer ride yesterday, so apologize for all the air or the noise of the wind. I'll have to figure out a mic for this thing, but let's go. As you can see there, I did hit over 40. This bike consistently is at 45 miles an hour. I have got it to just over 50 on a full charge. On the streets, I normally take it easy. Obviously, I look around to make sure there's no cars before I pick up speed, just to kind of keep the threat of police and getting stopped and harassed, I guess. So I try to take it easy. Not sure how long the battery on this camera lasts, so hopefully we'll be able to get at least a half-an-hour ride for you guys. And while I'm thinking about it, if there's content that you guys want to see, in the comments below, let me know. Specifics on the bike, things that you are curious about on the bike. I'm happy to do a video addressing any questions that you guys may have, especially if you're contemplating getting one of these and you need to know some more information or want to know something about them. I'm happy to do that. Go ahead. I was gonna say, you didn't have a signal on, so. I'm gonna do the same ride I did yesterday when I was recording and the video was garbage. I'm gonna head down to the Hojack Trail, which is an old railroad bed here in Webster, New York. It leads from basically the bay, Lake Ontario, all the way into the village of Webster, where there used to be like a rail yard and cold storage, I think. So back in the day, they used to bring things from the boats right into the village. So that's what we're heading. And we're heading basically northwest, I would say, down the Hojack. And and then we'll turn around and probably go back, either back up to Hojack into the village, or I'll take bike trail. We'll see. Yesterday was really busy on the bike trail. So I gotta say, I'm super happy with this bike. I know it's only my second e-bike. I had a Nyrika Prime prior. That was a cool bike. I love the look of the Nyrika. The functionality of it though, for me, I thought it could have been a little bit more durable. Wish it had a little bit more speed, and the battery life on it was just not anything spectacular. I mean, if you're throttle on that Nyrika all the time, you're getting less than 20 miles on the bike. For me, that was like one ride, and I was, you know, limping back, worrying about a dead battery. This thing here, I think I've said before in a couple other videos, I haven't maxed out the range on this yet. So I've gone like 40, 45 miles, and I still got a lot of battery left. Sometimes a half to a quarter. So I think this bike will do 50, 60 mile stretches. If you're kind of medium on the throttle. But I love this bike. It's great for moderate trails and road riding for sure. I wouldn't consider this like a motocross. Heavy trail, large jumps, this is probably not the bike for you. I would then go into Suron if you're interested in like heavy trail, more of a motocross bike. This definitely would be considered an enduro, in my opinion. The Nyrika, on the other hand, I mean, this is about as rough a trail as you probably want to take on the Nyrika. It's not really built for, you know, medium trails. I would say light off-road trail riding is fine. One thing I have noticed on this bike is if you don't drain the battery down enough, it won't recharge. If you only use like 10, 15, 20%, it normally won't take a charge. It likes to be drained down quite a bit, like more than half, for it to get a really good charge on it. That's probably the only negative thing, but I think that's due to battery size. I mean, it's a 72 volt battery. It's a big battery. There's only one private residence along the Hojack. It's this guy here to my left, right down there. And this is his driveway, basically. As I said, this is the old railroad bed, or railroad that led down to Lake Ontario. Boy, it's chilly today on this thing compared to yesterday. The trail is dead. Nobody is on it. I wonder if they were worried about rain. Like they were doing some trail maintenance to this here. And a piece of machinery down here, I think, cutting some of these branches out of here, and limbs and logs. Hello? Another older gentleman on his bike, which is sweet. Like to see that. This is basically the end of the trail here at Lake Road in Webster. Obviously went further back then. We're gonna drive down the lake though. We'll go down to the outlet here on Lake Road. Turn my rear light on here. There it goes. I got a rear red blinking light just so people can see me. So I'm showing about a half now after I've been on it. A little bit on the throttle. I probably got another 25-30 miles to go easy on this battery. It's so easy just to cruise at like 30-35 miles an hour on this thing. This bike is super stable, super comfortable. So the outlet down here is open. The bridge is closed, I should say, during the summer months. So boat traffic only, no car traffic that goes to the other side of Irondequoit. So they closed the road in, I want to say it's April 1st, I think. And then they reopened the road, the bridge, the swing bridge, in November. I think it's November 1, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just a channel that allows boats to go from the bay here, Irondequoit Bay, into the Lake Ontario. So there's the bay over there to my left. That's one section of it. There's a whole nother section too, I'll show you. part of the bay here, and it goes obviously all the way over there too to the Bay Bridge that leads into Irondequoit. So that's the outlet. Head back up now. Say we head to the Hojack and we'll go back up into the village on the Hojack Trail. So another thing I want to bring up too is the I obviously have never had a Sur-Ron, but I've heard that the engine noise or the noise on the electric motors on those are louder than they were anticipating them to be. I can tell you this Stealth Bomber here is very, very quiet compared to, from what I've heard, the Sur-Ron. I know a lot of those guys on the chain-driven Sur-Rons will change in the belt, I believe, just to make them a little bit more quieter. I'm not sure if I have covered this, but top speed run on this, I think I said it earlier, I have gotten over 50 miles an hour on this. The average though is like 40, 45, like on a good battery, but I have gotten it, 48, 52, I think 53, 54. It can be done. You're just not going to run that all the time. I'm just pedaling here, officer. Nothing to see here. That's funny. Funny, because I was heading about 30 miles an hour when I saw him. I looked down to the speedo, I'm going 30. So I just start pedaling. That's great. Gotta love it. We're good. Go back to the Hojack. So on the display here, we'll cover that. You've got your battery meter here, speed, pedal assist, and your wattage. What you use when you either throttle or pedal. Good thing about this is I've got like a trip on here, and I can also go right to the life miles on the bike. So I've got 238 miles on the bike, and if I trip it, it brings you back to what you're doing that ride session. Now if you power the bike off, that resets that trip. I've done that a few times where I've pulled over, gone to the bathroom, or just stopped for a minute, shut the bike off, and then I lose the trip. So I mean, it's not much to power that display. So just leave it on if you're going to stop. on, dude, make a U-turn. Hurry up there, bro. The hell are you doing, man? It's on the phone. Coming back up to the entrance of the Hojack. She wasn't very amused. Well, can't please everybody, I guess. So one of you guys who watch my videos asked about hills. I don't have a ton here where I'm from. I will say this though, the amount of watts and power on this thing, hills are not going to be an issue. It's going to be, in my opinion, no different than driving a 125 or an 80. Hello? I don't think hills are going to be that much of an issue for this thing. Not like, I mean, it's going to be just like the Sur-Ron. They do pretty good. And or like a little 80 or 125cc bike. Now the Norica did hills okay. Again, the Norica wasn't as powerful though as this bike. So it's kind of apples and oranges, two entirely different bikes. Hello. Stay respectable here and not fly by them. Well, it looks like my light's still blinking, so I still got you guys. I know yesterday I lost power or something happened to the recording sometime into the ride. Not going to publish that one because the angle is just absolutely horrendous. I know the audio is not the best. I don't know what I gotta figure that out. Get a good rip here. Blast. What a blast this thing is. Clinking, you may or may not hear it. It's actually the gears in the back, the cog and the derailleur that's bouncing around. Without those, you wouldn't get that. I know some of the bikes, the Stealth Bombers, don't have that rear derailleur. You're good, you're good. Now you can see the battery's down like 3/4, or down to 3/4, I should say. Man, it does make a difference, this front and rear suspension on this, compared to the hardtail that I had. The Noriko was a hardtail. I could have gone, but I see a deer or something up here, I think. Sure is. Wow, where else do you get that in the middle of the afternoon? Now, I know in this little stretch here, it's pretty flat and smooth. Nice little rip there. I think we're still recording. holding her hand out like that for? This part of the trail is a little bit bumpier and rough, so I don't necessarily fly through here. I was a little surprised to see me, I think. Oh well. Thanks. Good thing about having the camera now is I won't just be talking to myself. At least I got an audience to talk to while I'm riding. I can't be the only one that rides when you got a helmet on and you think to yourself, and by accident you start talking to yourself a little bit, laughing at yourself. So this is the end of the Hojack here. This is where Xerox actually starts. There are, I'm assuming back in the day they continued forward there, but there is another rail system that goes through Xerox too. So we can go back in the Hojack, or I think I'm going to take the roads and ride some of these roads here. I enjoy riding the roads on this thing. okay. Probably scared him. A little narrow through here. Used to come through here in my mountain bike all the time. You gotta remember with a rear hub drive on like wet dirt or mud, you're gonna get a little loose in the back end versus a mid. I do notice a difference there. The Norika be a little bit more stable, I would say, on you know, muddy surfaces. This guy, you give it gas it too much, the rear end would kind of get out from underneath you quick on the rear hubs. I think that's the only benefit of the Sur-Ron, is that it's a mid-drive. Probably why it makes it a little bit more of a better motocross off-road bike than this guy here. And I'm pretty sure the Sur-Ron's a little bit lighter. This is 140 pounds, this bike. Right behind you. You're good. How are you? Good. Go this way. So like I said, if there's a video you guys want me to cover on this bike, on the Stealth Bomber clone Enduro E-Bike, let me know. I'm happy to cover something on here that somebody hasn't covered, or if you're curious about something, as I said before, let me know. And do me a favor, if you like the content and you like this ride along, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel so you can get more ride videos. I always appreciate you guys watching and the comments that you guys put in the comment section below. Thanks again, guys, for the support. Thanks for watching. Like I said, smash that subscribe button. I'd like to see your comments below. As always, guys, thanks very much.